I had an idea for today's video because, as you may or may not know, I am a vegetarian aspiring vegan, but also tasty food is very, very important to me at Christmas. I don't think you understand. It's really, really important. Especially after last Christmas. If I don't have a tasty, lovely Christmas this year, I am gonna. So what I thought I would do is enlist the help of the Gumption Club's wealth of vegan knowledge from the many vegans that seem to be in my demographic, and also Google, to see how tasty I could make a Christmas dinner that was vegan. Not saying I'm gonna have a vegan Christmas dinner on Christmas Day, but I would like to know if it's possible, so I'm testing it early. A Will and Grace dry run, if you will. Right now, Craig is out. He has no idea what I'm doing, but I thought I would cook a Christmas roast for him to come back to. At the time of recording, it is in fact November, so I'm hoping this will be a genuine surprise. And according to my intel, a yummy vegan Christmas dinner is possible. So you're gonna cook along with me, we're gonna discover together, and let me just show you what I just got from the shop. So the first thing apparently I need for a tasty vegan Christmas dinner is some nutritional yeast. I was today years old when I learned that nutritional yeast is different from actual yeast. It needs to be dead yeast, not live yeast. So I've got some of that from Tesco. I got some single soya cream, some potatoes, boil them, mash them, put them in a stew, some carrots, and then, because of my great vegan intel from the Gumption Club, I darkened the door of Marks and Spencer's, which I'm not really into doing, but it was a special occasion, and apparently they have some really good stuff. So I got some no chicken Kievs, some crispy onions, and then I was in the aisle and I thought I hadn't been intending to do pigs in blankets, even though I'm passionate about them, because I don't believe that replicating the goodness of them is possible, and I wouldn't want like a deflated balloon version of it, you know, I'd rather just not have it. But then I saw these on the shelf. The meat eaters are apparently having chorizo pigs in blankets, and I was like, absolutely not, I need to have a vegan version of that. So I found these chorizo plant-based sausages and this questionable, I don't know if this is going to be nice, no pork streaky bacon from the Plant Kitchen range. All the other ingredients I think I have, and we're gonna see what joy we can create. I'm not going for an exact replica of a meat-based Christmas dinner, but I am going for something that feels familiar, something that could still be called my version of a Christmas dinner, and something that sparks joy. It has to spark joy. It can be different joy, but it has to spark joy. Let's go. The catch is, I barely have any cooking experience. Like, I've only done roast potatoes once before in my life. I'm not really that experienced with vegan products, and I don't have any like electrical cooking equipment. Like, a lot of the recipes that I found online require food mixers and blenders and stuff like that, and I just don't have any like KitchenAid kind of stuff, which is why I'm gonna give like the Wellington recipes a miss, even though they look great, and the nut roasts, that they all look like they require more equipment than I have. So we're gonna go with what we've got, and maybe this will inspire you if you don't have much confidence in the kitchen or ammo in the cooking shed. Maybe you could still enjoy a reduced animal products kind of Christmas. Let's go. I think, I hope, maybe I'll put you off. Oh God, I'm an enemy for the cause. Okay, other things I'm going to be serving with this dinner. Obviously we have to have gravy, and that's one of the things that I was like, how are we gonna replicate this? Until I realized, Bisto, accidentally vegan. No problems there. I'm also gonna do a baked aubergine, because after reading this book, I realized that weirdly when you bake these, they kind of taste as satisfying as meat, and you can like pull them apart and they kind of feel like pork. It's weird, but would I lie to you? And then the other concern I have is the creamy mash. I'm gonna do roast potatoes and I'm gonna do creamy mash. And I've heard that if you roast a garlic, like a whole garlic, and then squidge it in, it gives it that creamy texture, as well as some of this and probably some oat milk. Oh yeah, and then the nutritional yeast to make it kind of cheesy. Now when I say all that aloud, I'm not feeling hopeful, but sometimes you have to act with the faith you wish to feel. Let's go. Apparently to roast a garlic, you just need to like take off the skin. I've never done this before. I mean, I've obviously chopped a tiny bit of garlic before, but I've never roasted a whole. Oh, it's coming off quite easily. Naked. Okay, I never knew that's what like a whole garlic bulb looked like. And then apparently you just chop off the ends. And then drizzle oil over the cut. Sure. The more the merrier. Okay, we're just gonna roast that for 35 minutes and hope for the best. Sure. Okay, so I just read on the internet, sorry if this is like common knowledge, that you should boil your potatoes in vegetable stock. So I'm doing that to make them even tastier. Half of these are gonna go to mash and half of these are gonna go to roast. I'm gonna boil them for 15 minutes and hope for the best. Okay, next I have to roll these into these. And I'm not confident how pliable these are gonna be, or even if they'll stick. Maybe I'll use some oil or something. I don't really know. I also don't really know how long to bake them for, since they're both supposed to be fried for like 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm gonna bake them for like 15 minutes? 15 minutes? Ooh, something's ready. Okay, I've taken these aubergines out at the 15-minute mark and I'm spreading them with miso paste. Just trust me. It's gonna taste good. I'm gonna put them in for another 15 minutes with the garlic. You just literally spread it like toast. Maybe put a little bit more oil on it. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Okay, so I've drained potatoes. I'm now gonna coat them with some oil and some flour to make them crispy, and maybe some seasoning. I don't know what seasoning. I kind of panicked and put these bay leaves on the oven tray just because I had them from another recipe and I don't really know what they're for, but they look appropriate here. So we'll see what happens there. As you can tell, I am no good at cooking, but trying my best, and that's what counts. Okay, we're doing a bit of Christmas juggling here now. These, whoop, are gonna have to come out. Not everything is gonna be ready at the same time, but that's what microwaves are for. These are going in on the top shelf because I want them to be crispy. And these are going in on the bottom shelf. Which, according to my calculations, means that we've got 20 minutes to make some mash out of these potatoes and do something really nice with these carrots. Okay, so I've mashed the mash. Baby's first roast garlic. In the videos I've seen, they kind of just squeeze this and it gets all mushy and comes out. Oh, okay. I'm gonna cut the ends off again so the mush is exposed. This is actually looking incredibly hopeful. This is gonna be really gross. Look away if you're squeamish. Ready? Ugh. It's kind of coming out like yummy snot, but I'm not against it. Who needs a garlic grater? Visceral. On reflection, probably shouldn't have put that much garlic in, but we continue. I'm gonna put a teaspoonful of this Vio block vegan butter. I'm gonna put a splash of oat milk. I'm gonna put some chili salt, because why not? And let's try this godforsaken nutritional yeast. This was so hard to find. I don't know why. And also I don't know why they sell it in such huge bulk, but I guess I'm just gonna put like I don't even know, I didn't look this up. A teaspoon? Maybe? I don't know how strong this is. Okay, let's mash this up and see what happens. Okay, I just opened the oven and black smoke came out. That's a good sign, right? That looks okay. I didn't break anything. That looks not bad. Ah, I see. The onions burned a little bit. That's not too bad. Okay, we're coming out. I'm coming up. Actually, let's just turn the oven off to keep those warm while I do the carrots. Ooh, here's the carrot project. Apparently, I just put carrots in this saucepan, like so, and then I cook them for 5 minutes, and then I add brown sugar, cinnamon, pepper, agave, which I don't have, you know what I'm talking about, the vegan alternative to honey. Don't have it, but I do have some maple syrup from my noble friend Ariel, who brought it for me. Thanks, Ariel. And I think that'll do the job. So in theory, I just add all of these to the pan once it's cooked for 5 minutes, and then cook with these things in some measure until it's soft. Okay, sure, let's try. Okay, we're nearing the final countdown, which means... Bisto! Okay, here she is, plated and appreciated. Let me just talk you through what we have here. So this is roasted aubergine with miso. This is a fake garlic chicken Kiev. These are chorizo sausages with fake bacon wrapped around them. These are glazed maple syrup carrots. This is vegan mash. These are some roasties, and there is gravy. Obviously, I'm going to put more gravy on than this because I'm not a monster, but I just needed you to still see all the elements because when I go gravy, I don't go back. Let's give it a try. Potatoes, not crispy, but I do not regret putting them in that stock cube to cook because you can definitely taste the difference. Glazed carrots, again, probably could have been a bit more floppy. I like my carrots on the floppy side, but really nice with the weird brown sugar concoction that was there. This is the chorizo pigs in blankets. Hold on a second. Yeah, they're definitely vegan. Wow. Really had me thinking that I bought some meat then. That's good. Fuck me. Now, the mash is one of the regrets. I did put some crispy onions on it that made it really good. Big regret, pretending like I was cooking for 8 when measuring out the garlic for the mash, but pretending I was cooking for 2 when actually measuring out the potatoes for the mash. Big error, but we live, we learn. Also, the fake bacon is actually kind of decent. I wish that I'd put my own fat on it because this bacon doesn't have any fat on it. So to imitate real bacon, I wish I'd like rubbed it or maybe like let it soak in oil, which I mean sounds incredibly unhealthy but also tasty. Or maybe put some kind of glaze on that on the pigs in blankets as well. This aubergine never fails me. The more it's baked, the more it genuinely tastes like stringy meat, and I don't really understand it, but I stan it. I already know these chicken Kievs are gonna be good because I've had them before, but oh, they're literally dribbly and moist inside. So good. I don't know what M&S are doing with them, but some kind of witchcraft. But overall, I'm actually really happy with this, and I might end up doing this on Christmas Day, or at least around Christmas Day if I'm with my family, like maybe bring some of this round or cook some of this. Okay, it would be disrespectful for me to continue talking while eating this. This deserves my full attention. So in summary, nothing's perfect first go, but also nobody's watching, or nobody should be watching. Don't be a food snob to yourself. Try stuff, it's fun. You make your own traditions. You don't have to have a perfect vegan Christmas dinner. You could just pick one of these things and switch it out for something meat or dairy related. And finally, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I have gained this chorizo sausage in my life. Oh my God. See you tomorrow. Frog snog out.